Depersonalization, derealization, DP. It's real. And it's there. But if you focus and move slow and stare at what you're doing and have full control of it, you can almost feel normal again. But then you start to think, am I controlling it? Am I on autopilot? What just made my finger move? Was it me? Depersonalization is real. But the world doesn't notice that you have it. The world sees you as a normal person. You're not crazy. You're not nuts. You haven't lost your mind. You probably had a little bit of trauma in your life as a child, as an adult, maybe mixed with a little bit of recreational drugs, maybe smoking pot. A lot of things I've read, people have said they smoke, but this started for me 20 years ago. And I was playing basketball, full court game, people everywhere, went up for a rebound, came down, and that was it. I dropped the ball, walk off the court, and people were like, dude, what are you doing? Where are you going, you know? Call my mom, hey, I feel like I'm high. She was like, are you? I told her, no. Went to the doctor, talked to them. Back then, no one really knew much about DP. There was no DP. I didn't even know what to call it at that time, depersonalization. I didn't know what that was. Nor did the doctors, because all they did was laugh at me. And they said, oh, you got mono, the after effects of mono. Mono, that's from sharing saliva. You're saying I feel like this from sharing saliva? And they just laughed. Went to the eye doctor. Oh, you just need some glasses. I put glasses on and it made me feel even worse. Talked to multiple people and got no results. And prior to this happening, I smoked weed like a normal person. Had a rough childhood. My parents were both addicts at the time. I did what I want. I ran the streets, did whatever I wanted. I ran my life as a child. My parents didn't. I've seen a lot of things and been through a lot of things. Some people might say there was a lot of trauma in my life. And they're saying now, reading things on the internet, that trauma and weed don't mix, and this is what can trigger it. But prior, about 3 weeks to my DP, I was smoking bud, and it got laced with angel dust. Now, if you don't know what angel dust is, you should watch Friday, where Smokey is tripping out and he's in the pigeon coop. That's angel dust, you know. I didn't go to that extent, but I did trip. And what happened was, we were playing basketball after all this, and just out of nowhere, just like that, boom, I was in the bathroom just staring at myself in the mirror. Just tripping. And then just like that again, I was outside playing basketball. And it happened like 3 or 4 times, back and forth, but remembering nothing that happened in between. Once again, at that time, I called my mom, hey, I'm tripping. And she took me home, laid me in bed. I'm like, I'm going to sleep. She's like, nope, you're going to stay up for this, you know. She knew, because at that time she was that's my childhood, she was an addict. At this time, she was clean and sober. But she's like, no, you're going to stay up for this. You're going to experience this trip, you know, to make sure I don't ever do this again, you know. But it was about 3 weeks later, my DP hit, you know, and after going to the doctor and whatnot, I stayed at home. I missed school for a good week and just locked myself up in my room. Felt like I was still high. Covered the windows, turned the lights off, just full depressed. Not knowing what to do, how to act, just couldn't even go into the real world because of how I felt, how people would think of me, if they were going to judge me, like if I was crazy or something, you know. I felt like I was crazy. Staying home for a while, just hanging out with the family, made me realize that I wasn't crazy, and they didn't even see me no different. We had normal conversations. So having normal conversations with my family made me start feeling alright. Maybe I wasn't crazy. You know, I kind of pushed all my friends away at that time. Once I stepped out a little bit, ended up having to go back to school, I started realizing that things were normal. I wasn't normal, but the world seen me as normal. I've had this for 20 years, and still to this day, majority of people think I'm normal. Some people might think I'm weird. I don't know. Everybody has a weirdness in them, I guess. But 20 years later, I have a house. I got my own business doing glass. I got 3 kids. I got a wife. And I didn't get all that because I'm different, nor because I'm weird. Not because of my DP. Didn't hold me back. I adapted to it. I learned that I was alright. I know I'm not, because I trip out sometimes and it hits me. I go to the gym, I work out, I take caffeine like it's nothing. Coffee, pre-workout, energy drinks. It doesn't make it worse for me. For some people it might. I don't recommend smoking weed because I've tried it after the fact, maybe to reverse what has happened, and it just tripped me out even more. Smoke CBDs, now that they're a big thing, didn't help, made it worse. Came down off of it, of course, but my DP didn't go away. Sometimes I'll sit in the shower and just stare at the water, watch it run down the glass, or run on my hand and just look at the drops. But really, really focus on it and just stare, or even at an object that doesn't move, and just sit and stare at it. You almost get the sense of normal, that you can see the object at a normal without DP. But as soon as you take that focus off, it's just back to having DP again. It's a trip, but it feels good to know that there's somewhere inside of you that has that normal in you. But I know that there is hope for tomorrow, that you're gonna be alright if you're new to DP and you suffer from it and it's hitting you and you're going nuts and you don't know what to do. Try to lay off the caffeine. Try to lay off anything and everything you're doing. Try to go full fast, just water. You know, try to clean out your system as much as you can. Eat straight healthy. You know, regardless, you should be doing that, but junk might not help. You know, stop smoking bud. If you're smoking anything else, probably shouldn't be doing that. We've seen people that have done too much dope. Make sure to exercise, stay fit, you know, running, stay active. Try to do things to take your mind off of it. I think that's the easiest thing to do.
I want the basketball.
You want the basketball?
Yeah, I want.
Which one?
The basketball.
Which
I
one?
want the.
This is a football, and that's a soccer ball. Which one do you want?
I want the football.
Football.
Yes.
There you go.
It has a white part.
And the lollipop. Okay, but I'm gonna peel them a little bit. You can take them off, okay?
Okay.
There you go. Now don't peel them off here. You can go watch TV and peel them off.
Oh, wait. I
No.
want to get up.
No, that's it, baby. And if you need help, you can ask your brother. Look. And I'm taking the UFO off too. And the flamingo. And the soccer ball. And the star. You like the star? You like the star?
Yeah, a star. There's another star.
There you go.
Star.
So, hold on, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There you go. Go take them off free. So I got 3 kids. Like I said, a business, a wife. I have things that like a normal person does. My daughter's only 2 and she's super smart. She's not retarded, so she didn't get something from me, you know. Like I was saying, just try to stay healthy, stay active as possible. It'll help you make you forget about it until it's almost numb to where you don't even think about it no more. But there's going to be times to where it kicks in. Times where I go to the gym, it just hits me and I don't even want to be there. I'll leave. Large crowds, you know, theme parks, too many people. It's too many moving things going on for me in my head. And it's like my eyes are everywhere and it's just like me watching my hands again, but there's too much going on in it's like my eyes and my brain cannot take that much movement. You know, you call it anxiety, call it whatever you want. I don't panic and have a panic attack and trip out. You know, I just need to calm myself down and know that I'm alright. I'm not crazy. You can say the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. You might have to say that a couple 100 times to understand it. I try to still tell people about it sometimes, and they don't understand it. You know, I've told the dude that smokes a lot of weed one time. You know, he was one of those guys. You know, and told him the story. He was like, "Dude, you got high and never came down, man. That's awesome." I'm like, "Dude, no, it's not." Some people will try to relate to you. And it's going to make you frustrated because they have no clue what you're going through. But someone else is going through their own problems and they got their own thing that they're going through that you might not ever understand. At least you got DP and you're not labeled crazy and you're in a crazy house. You know, things could be worse. But DP is not, they don't have pills for it. They're going to label it maybe anxiety and give you some Prozac or depression pills. You don't need it. Nothing so far I've read has proven that it'll go away. Nothing. You know, there's a lot of people that make videos and they want to they've been cured, they've been healed, they know how to fix this. Just click here, subscribe to my website and pay me so much and make me famous and I'll tell you how to fix it. But there's no guarantee. I have never heard or read anybody that has fully 100% recovered from DP. So just know that you're alright, that you are somewhat normal. People don't see your DP. I don't know if I've helped anybody right now. If you want to leave a comment, you can. If you want to subscribe, whatever those people say. If you have any questions, ask away. Let me know, and I'll be more than glad to answer some questions of what I've gone through or whatever your questions are. I don't know. I just want people to know that it's going to be alright if you're suffering from DP and you're just new to it and it just hits you. You're a normal person. I promise you that you are. And don't let no one tell you any different.